All right. You bet, Jeff. So there's a request tonight to talk about how to calm a racing mind at 3 a.m. So we'll make sure that we include that as we go through. So let's just land where we are. Just take a breath in this moment. We're just going to slow ourselves down. Just let go of any need to rush forward or pull back. We're just stepping into our authentic selves. There's an authentic you in this moment that has nothing to do with your personal story. People spend their lives searching for it, but it's not something you can look for. It's actually uncovered when you stop covering it up. And that's why the trick is to actually just stop. To call off the search. The search to feel better, the search to have more. The search to be safe. The search to be industrious. You stop worrying about what you're going to be and you just be. And no matter how much is spinning around in you, I promise you, that authentic self is right there at the center of it. But you're empowering the things that are spinning around with your intention, with your attention. And instead, you have to just shift to the not you, to the not personality. To the part of you that is experiencing the personality. When you do this, it's like waking up from a dream. And you can suddenly just stop. The stories are not something you have to deal with in this moment. So make that shift now. Use your breath to bring yourself into the rhythm of this present moment. As you inhale, you are inhaling in this moment, in this room. As you exhale, you are riding that exhale all the way down. Your heart, your mind, your senses unfold and are open to what is present right now. Slow yourself down. Give your attention to the breath. Wholeheartedly given. So the story can't take it. As the mind comes to reclaim it, you just return to the breath. You're taking your power back and using it to experience something real. shift your attention. Shift it to the breath. It's the only lasting solution to that feeling that you come here to deal with. You stop feeding it and you plug back into what's real. Difficult things fall onto our plate and they leave our plate. But if you keep them on the plate 24 hours a day, you're going to miss your life. They're not yours to manage in this moment. So just let them go and show up for what's on your plate right here, right now. Just about there. What if you just let go now into this moment? Just forgot about everything else. So one of you asked at the beginning of this session today what they can do about a racing mind at 3 a.m. So let's talk about that a little bit. The obvious answer is to meditate, right? But sometimes, if you're really stirred up, meditation can be a pretty tall order. And you need something that you can actually do. When you're stirred up like that, something has gotten triggered. Either you're concerned about something, or there's some feeling in your past that you've never really fully worked out. And because you're sleeping and the body is using that time to clear things, an area that you usually protect yourself from feeling has energy moving through it. And just like light moving through a prism, that energy moving through that creates feelings and thoughts, presumably negative ones. The hard thing about the subconscious is that it only responds well to indirect instruction. You know, you can try to tell it to do something, but even that is tricky. You know, we work with it kind of on the other end, right? I have you ask questions like, how is everything maybe fine right now, just the way it is? You know, little questions that don't try and tell the subconscious anything, but just get it working on a different question. What if there's nothing I have to do about this? How is everything maybe fine exactly the way it is? Say that inside and just feel the shift. how is this maybe not a problem at all? How is this maybe fine exactly the way it is? How is this maybe even a good thing? That can be a tough one depending on the subject. But what these questions do is they get the mind and the subconscious filtering through different areas to try and find an answer to your question. So that's one trick, kind of a cheap trick, that can provide some relief in moments where you are really just in the throes of something. And it's something that you can do. You know, it's not hard. If it's the middle of the night and you're lying there with your eyes closed, you know, symbol is the language of the subconscious. Imagery is a way that you can work with the subconscious. And I'm going to tell you something that you've probably read before, and maybe tried once or twice in a really half-hearted way, and it just felt a little weak. You know, it's one of those things I discounted for a long time. But you've been practicing meditation, so you have a depth to your attention now. And if you used imagery now, you would probably find it a little more powerful than the last time you tried something like this. Right now, find some person that you're having difficulty with, or some scenario or situation that you're having difficulty with, and I'm going to show you something. Take a moment and just decide what you're going to use. Close your eyes. And make sure that you attach an image to it. What does it look like? You know, if it's just a feeling, what color is that feeling? What kind of imagery does it produce? Create a symbolic image that really contains that feeling. It can even have a weather attached to it. Use everything you've got. And let the deepest parts of yourself move that image around a little. Really make it perfect. Now, see yourself basically on a hilltop, and at the end of your vision there's a cliff that overlooks an ocean. But you're kind of stood back. The cliff's a ways off from you. And I want you to picture a giant bubble in front of you. And just hold that bubble there. We're going to tell the subconscious mind through symbol what to do with the energy you're feeling. So take that image that you created and let it enter that bubble. Okay? Energy doesn't just disappear, it needs to go somewhere. So you're moving it into this bubble in front of you. And now that image is the perfect container for that scenario or feeling. So I want you to let that image actually pull all that feeling out of your body, out of your chakras, out of your aura. Just watch it happen. There's nothing you have to do to make it happen. It naturally is pulling. And just watch it pull everything attached to that image into that bubble. Feel it leaving your gut, your solar plexus, your heart, your root. Just see it flowing all into that bubble. And now on that cliff, you're going to exhale. And you're going to blow on that bubble and watch it starting to move away from you. Just getting a little distance from it. You can even feel the winds come from behind you to start moving it away from you, closer and closer to the edge of the cliff. And as you see it passing over the cliff, moving towards the water, once it's got some distance from you, with an act of attention, you're just going to pop it. And everything in it is going to turn to dust. You pop the bubble and you pop the whole image. And now, return to your breath. But as you inhale, you're pulling clean energy down from above into your body, just to fill up whatever spaces that may have left. Back to your meditation, eyes open, pulling clean energy down into your body from above. See it so that the subconscious knows what to do. Slow yourself down. Be present in this moment. Notice how you have a little more energy to give your attention to this moment. Let the body show you something else. What else is it ready to let go of tonight? Just be open. And what image can carry the energy of that scenario? Let it arise in your mind. Return to the cliff, close your eyes. See a new bubble. Place the image in the bubble. And let it pull everything from that experience out of your energy. Just sucking it right out of your aura. Make your body available to let go. So it can really pull the roots out. to exhale and blow, and as you do, a wind picks up and moves it away from you towards the edge of the cliff. Off the cliff. And when you got some distance from it, you're just going to let it pop. Everything in it popping into dust, returning to the web of life. But the story is no more. Let's do one more. Ask your body what it's ready to let go of. Maybe a memory. Find an image or a symbol that can contain that feeling and place it in a new bubble. And let it just pull all of itself out of you into that bubble. And now just blow. Let the winds pick up. See it moving away. You're telling the subconscious mind how to manage this feeling. You can't lose anything in this process. If it's something you need, you'll still have what you need. Watch it move off the cliff. Pop it. Now, open your eyes and return to your meditation. And just with every inhale, see light streaming through your crown back into your body. Just filling you up with energy. Making itself available to any of the empty spaces. Stay in this moment. So when you do something like this, you're using the same mechanisms that got you into the difficult place to begin with to get you out. You know, these stories in our life, these painful stories, are a set of images and symbols. And they're containing a feeling. And they've trapped our attention. And so that feeling is now building in us. We're using our main manifesting power, our attention, to build this negative feeling because you have this container for it. And as simply as it sounds, to just use another visual story to deal with it, it actually works. It's the reason people hope, right? It's the reason that hope makes things feel better. People visualize a different story, an ending to a certain story, a container full of an energy that has a different feeling to it. But if you're lying in bed and your mind is racing, it's responding to some kind of story. Go to your cliff, turn that story into an image, a fit container for all that feeling. Move it into a bubble and move it away from you, and then pop it. It's silly that it works, but it does work. the more consistent you are with a practice like that, the better it works for you. It actually gains power. Just like you get better at communicating with your dog, you know? I mean, I have a dog that if they see us get on our phone at a certain time of night, they will be waiting by the door for the next hour and a half because they know that we've probably ordered food and something is coming. They probably didn't know the first time, but they know it now. And if they don't get something, they're going to be upset. They've gotten better at understanding how we speak in symbol. Your subconscious is kind of like an animal part of you. It's not unlike your dog. And imagery is how you talk to it. And your communication skills usually need some work in the beginning. But it's easy enough to do, and it will get stronger and stronger. So that's my suggestion to you. Any questions about any of that before we end for the night? I hope you gave yourself that experience. I know there was a time in my life where I probably would have rolled my eyes at it. But it's not that it's powerful, it's that attention is powerful. And you're using your attention, which is what got you into the mess to begin with. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you get back to your night. I will be here next Thursday, and I will be racing from a plane to get here. But everything, there should be enough time for me to get here. But if something goes wrong, that'll be what happened. All right, everyone. I will see you next Thursday. Have a good week.
Thank you so much, Liam.
My pleasure. Have a good night.